We start now. Uh, do you have any question on what we discussed yesterday, or shall I begin as per the schedule?
So please explain IGST once again.
IGST stands for Interstate Goods and Services Tax. So the word interstate should be clear to all of you. Interstate means goods produced in one state and sold in another state. See, the transaction can take place a person sitting in UP selling goods in UP, a person sitting in Bihar or businessman sitting in Bihar selling goods in Bihar, or any state, Bihar, Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala. Alternatively, someone sitting in Kerala and selling goods and services in UP. So it becomes a case of interstate goods and services tax. Now, how is this to be taxed? In such a scenario, will be taxed once and the government will share on a particular basis. But if you are doing it in your own state, buying and selling in your own state, then you will charge two different types of taxes, state and center. Center will go to the central government, state will be taken by the state government. More importantly, while it is necessary to know what these concepts are, how is this shared, it's a long process. If we look at what are we discussing, what is our mandate? If this is a class of accounting, our mandate should be, or our mandate is, in case a transaction includes GST, which overwhelming majority of transactions would include GST, how should that be recorded? This is what our mandate is. Now we should be concentrating more on how should that be recorded. But this much is necessary to know what is GST, how is it, what is GST, what is interstate GST, what is input, like these terms, input tax credit. So certain terms are necessary to know, which I tried to explain to you yesterday. Say a businessman, this is an indirect tax. A businessman purchases something and he sells something. On purchases, he pays GST. On sales, he receives GST. So when he buys goods, it's mentioned here, when he purchases goods or services from a registered dealer, he pays taxes. On selling, he collects taxes. When these taxes are paid at the time of purchase, and this is with the amount of output taxes on sales, and the balance is considered as a liability. So that balance is usually you will sell more than you will receive, you will sell more than you will purchase. So naturally you will receive more GST than you will pay. The difference between the two will be paid to the government. And in case situation is reversed, then you can carry it forward to the next year, then you can pay, or you can then claim. At this, you just recall some of the news items appeared. They regularly appear, but appeared about a month or two ago. Those news items were pertaining to GST. What businessmen started doing, they must have been doing for quite long, but they started doing, somebody claimed that I purchased goods and goods was not purchased. Somebody claimed that I purchased goods was not purchased. So naturally, when you buy goods, you have to pay to somebody. So if you can find out somebody whom you can pay, who in turn will give you back your money, in the process, you are creating GST transactions and showing to the government that we paid a lot of GST, more GST than we received. Therefore, government should pay us back. Government should pay us back. In the process, they created artificial or which were not existing transactions, and accordingly tried to make money. And naturally, they were caught, they were jailed, the action was taken against them. But these were some loopholes. People always try to take advantage of certain things which have not been taken care of in the law. So what is input tax credit? How do we receive? How do we pay? Whatever is contained in these slides, this much you can revisit and see. This is what the question you asked. I thought it is mentioned somewhere. It is here, IGST. Interstate goods and services tax. There will be only one type of tax, that is central tax. In case of interstate sales, there will be only one type of tax. The center will then decide how much revenue is to be paid to the state concerned from where this transaction originated. And in case of a state, in case it is being dealt with, it is happening within the state only, then the state concerned will charge two types of taxes. One, state, the other, center, and whatever it has collected for center will go directly to the center. In fact, it does not collect. There is a mechanism, auto system is there. Automatic, these amounts are debited and credited in the concerned account, and then they will, pay it to the central government, will keep it for itself, and then will utilize for the services it is rendering, or it is providing to its citizens, providing for the welfare of a state.
Sir,
Now, more importantly was how to record them in the. Yes, sure.
Sir, in IGST, because there are two states involved, so which
Correct.
state will receive the tax?
Okay. See, a lot of discussion was going on in this group, and it was very healthy discussion. When you were discussing that it is happening in Haryana is making, somebody is selling like this, there was good discussion. I sent a comment there that maybe one of the accounting conventions can help you take a decision. The question of, when is a transaction completed? When do you consider a transaction completed? Which accounting convention talks about this?
Sir, revenue recognition.
You are right, absolutely right, revenue recognition. At what stage do you recognize revenue?
Sir, when revenue is certain, when you're certain that the
when or procedurally when an invoice is raised.
right, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Where will the invoice be raised?
When the goods have been received and checked.
Okay.
And-
Goods
and
have been received and checked. Who will do it? Who will raise the invoice?
So this the supplier.
Supplier, correct? Supplier. Where will he raise the supply? The state in which from which he has supplied, or the state in which goods have been received?
So in state which he in the state from where he has supplied, or the
Yes,
origin.
From where he has supplied. Correct. So which is that state? Whichever state he has supplied the goods, he will, or that state will collect. And no matter where it is sent, the central taxes, CGST, will be sent to central government. See, there are more issues than only the question you have asked. What are those issues? You see the multinational companies, let us say this Honda City automobile. So it has different manufacturing plants, or from which it is supplying cars to various states. It may have 3, 4, 5 plants, and from those plants it must be supplying all cars throughout India. Say assume, I have no idea, but assume that it has no manufacturing unit in UP. It has manufacturing unit, let us say, in Chennai, in Tamil Nadu. From Tamil Nadu, it is supplying to 5 states. In those 5 states where there is no manufacturing facility. So one is naturally Tamil Nadu. There can be 5, 6, any number of more states, maybe especially. Usually what happens in the neighboring state, let us say Kerala, something like that. And it is supplying cars there. So which state will get? Tamil Nadu, or all the states where the goods are being sold? So these are more issues which we need to look into. But from the accounting point of view, because the scope of this subject is to record the business transactions. Why I included the concept of GST? Because in recording business transactions, a bill will contain details like cost of goods sold or purchase, GST charged or paid, at times discount, etc. How these should be recorded in the form of a journal entry, that is our scope of discussion. Although just some elementary knowledge about GST we should have, so that part I had briefly tried to explain to you and also included in the slides. Now I have given you 4 transactions here. If you look at this slide, now is the slide visible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, slide is visible. Just 1 second. Just give me a second, let me check. Okay. Here, I still see a lot of people have not written their names in the chat box. So can you write your roll numbers in the chat box if you have not still written? Just write as fast as you can. Is the chat visible to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay, whose name appears in the last?
Kulsum Mehdi, sir.
Kulsum Mehdi.
Okay. So if some of you have still not written, just write your names now, because at least I should maintain some record of your presence and absence. So I just need to make a note of it, and I'll continue then. All right. Now look at the screen and see what appears there. In the screen we see the 4 transactions: purchase goods, sold goods, paid for advertisement, and adjusted. Now, in the first transaction, the company will pay GST or will receive. In the first transaction, the company will pay GST or receive.
Pay.
Before you answer, look at the heading. All transactions have taken place within the state. Let us assume that they have taken place within the state, and the rate of central GST and state GST is 9%. Usually it is same for both. So GST applicable is 18%, 9% for central government and 9% for state government. Now come to this transaction. You have rightly said, when it is purchasing, it will pay. Now stay here only for a minute. When it pays, what account does it become? Which account is it? Personal, real or nominal? GST.
So nominal,
Okay, why is it nominal?
because it is taxes.
Expense.
Or better you say, because it is an expense. Because nominal account deals with taxes or nominal account deals with expenses?
So expenses.
Expenses. So GST is a tax. It is an expense. Being expense, what should you do? Debit or credit?
So debit.
Debit. So you know what entry will you make for purchases account? You will make purchases account debit, and from whom you have bought is a person, is a giver, and you will credit. So forget about these 2 lines in between. Look at first line, purchases. Look at last line, ABC. So this we have discussed several times. Purchases account debit to ABC account. Up to this, there should be no problem. What is additional information? That we have to include GST also. Now we have to include 2 GST, CGST and SGST. Both are at 9%. So 9% of 50 becomes 4,500. So what entry would become? Purchases debit, input GST debit, input CSGST debit, and to ABC account. So whenever you buy and you pay, you call it as input GST. That has been explained before. So therefore you are calling input GST. Whenever you sell, you call this as output GST, and you are writing here output GST. So I'll come to transaction B later. First, let me be clear. Let me make it clear to you about transaction A. So transaction A, assuming that there was no GST, will simply become purchase debit to ABC. Now with GST, we will debit GST also because it is an expense. And there are two types of GST. So both being expenses will be debited, and the entry will becomes as if I have written in A. If this is clear, then only I'll take up transaction number B. So if transaction number A is clear to all of you, I'll proceed to B. And if you wish to know anything, ask me here.
Sir, can we put it in a combined form, like input CG?
Say it again, please. Can you put it in the combined form like?
Like SGST and CGST, and put 9,500, 10,000 there.
No, we cannot put 9,000 CGST and EST because, again, look at the second word of accounting definition. What is the second word? It is an art of recording, classifying. So you wish to classify. Different GST is not same. There are two specific heads of GST. One head is central GST, the other head is state GST. It is wrongly written GSR, I have written. It's typing error. So this is state GST, yes. So one is CGST, that is central government, the other is state government. Because these are two distinct heads of account, therefore a combined entry cannot be made, rather should not be made. Is clear?
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Further, see, if yes,
how can we say this 59,000 is being credited? Like we are paying the taxes, but how can this amount is being credited from the ABC account?
Okay, I'll explain to you. This shows that we will receive how much will, assume that this is a transaction. This ABC is paying us tomorrow. How much will ABC pay to us? 59 or 50?
50.
Why should they pay 50 when we have credited them for 59?
Okay, sir. Yeah. 50.
Okay, let me ask another question. You take lunch or dinner in a restaurant, cost of food was 1,000 and GST was 200. How much do you pay to the restaurant?
1,200.
Why do you pay 1,200? Because 1,000 you are paying for food and 1,000 in your dinner. Central government and state government has also joined and they have taken dinner with you. So you pay 1,200, sorry. Similarly, how much will ABC pay?
59,000.
59. Okay. At the same time, don't go to transaction B, stay on here only. This ABC, what will it do with this purchase? What will this company do with this purchase? It will sell goods to somebody, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Suppose it sells goods, so what it will do? It will recover this money from purchaser.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
It will recover. Maybe this ABC bought goods for 50,000. It has sold for 60,000. On 60,000, it will apply at the rate of 9%. So it will collect that GST from the purchaser whom the ABC has sold. So right now it is paying 9,000. Maybe it has collected 10,000. This 1,000 difference ABC will pay to the government. And in vice versa transaction, this part I'll explain to you later in this slide itself. But this is how it happens. Any more questions here?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay. Then we go to transaction B. Sold goods for rupees 80,000 to XYZ. Now, this same businessman in whose books are we making the accounts? He has sold goods to XYZ and company. Again, assume that GST is not there. If GST is not there, what will be entry? XYZ debit to sales account. Straight away, the entry will become XYZ debit to sales account. But because the GST is also involved and this GST company is receiving. When it is receiving, it is output GST. Which output GST? Output central government, output state government. So we calculate 9% of 80,000. 7,200, 7,200. So total becomes 14,400. So 14,400 to be added to 80, or maybe you calculate 18% of 80,000. Then XYZ will be debited by rupees 94,400. Although they are buying goods for 80,000, but how much are they paying? They are paying 94,400. XYZ is taking goods only for 80, but paying 94.5. Why? Because out of this 14.4, 7.2 is the tax applicable to the central government, and 7.2 is the tax applicable to state government, because in the beginning itself we have assumed that all transactions are taking place within the state. Now, if you look at the perspective of government, assume that there is only one transaction. So the GST somebody paid was 9,000, somebody received was 14,400. The difference will be taken as taxes and will be paid to the government. The tax regime for indirect taxes have passed through several phases. A brief discussion took place yesterday also. There was sales tax. Even prior to sales tax, there was octroi. Octroi was applicable for interstate goods, जिसे चुंगी बोलते थे. आपको याद होगा बहुत से इन वेरियस सिटीज चुंगी बिल्कुल शहर के शुरू में हुआ करती थी. कुछ चुंगी के नाम आप लोगों को याद हैं जो लोग अलीगढ़ के रहने वाले हैं?
पुरानी
Yes,
चुंगी
sir.
वो पुराने चुंगी सिविल लाइन एरिया के हैं. शहर के लोग कौन सी चुंगी?
एटा चुंगी.
वेरी ट्रू, एटा चुंगी, पुराने चुंगी. तो ये एटा क्यों रखी गई चुंगी? जो बाहर से आने वाले सामान हैं उन पर से टैक्स चार्ज किया जाता था. आपको याद होगा अगर आप कभी गाजियाबाद बाई कार या बाई बस गए हों तो एक लंबी लाइन ट्रक्स की लगी हुई होती थी. जो स्टेट में ट्रक्स एंटर हो रहे हैं किसी दूसरे स्टेट से. अब क्या हो रहा है? वो ऑक्ट्रॉय खत्म हो गया. अब क्या हुआ? फिर सेल्स टैक्स आया, वो खत्म हो गया. अब आपके पास क्या है? एक और आया मॉडिफाइड वैल्यू एडेड टैक्स, एम वेट करके आया, फिर एम वेट करके आया. अब आपका क्या है? ये जीएसटी. तो इस सूरत से गवर्नमेंट को पैसा पहुंचता है. अब तीसरा ट्रांजैक्शन लीजिए. द फर्स्ट टू ट्रांजैक्शंस आर क्लियर. तीसरे ट्रांजैक्शन में अगेन देयर इज अ टाइपिंग एरर. दिस comma should be here because the figure is 4,000. Not sorry, comma should be placed here. Okay, paid for advertisement 4,000. So when the company is paying for advertisement is an expense, therefore will be debited. If company is paying by bank through check, so to bank. If we leave GST component, so entry C becomes advertisement debit to bank. But because GST company has to pay, it is an expense and it has to be input GST. So 9% of 4,000 we will calculate 9% for central government, 9% for state government. So advertisement debit, central GST debit, state GST debit to bank account. So company is paying advertisement only for 4,000, but money that goes out of its bank would be 4,720. This 720 will be in the form of GST. Now this company so far has paid 9,000 GST on purchases, 720 on advertisement. Now if there's anything to be asked here, okay, otherwise I'll take up the fourth transaction.
Sir, I want to ask one thing.
Sure.
Sir, is this rate percentage same in both case, like purchase and sales? 9% is there.
Okay,
so is it really?
Okay, no, I got it. This 9% is not dependent on purchase or sale. No, it is dependent on types of goods and services. It is dependent on types of goods and services. There were several goods and services which were attracting 28% GST. 28%. Some were attracting 5%, some were attracting 4%. Now, when I say 4%, assume interstate, assume within state transaction, then 2% for central government and 2% for state government. When I say 14%, it is product specific or service specific. And it is 20%, 10% to the central government and 10% to the state government. Now, depending on the category of service, the GST rate was applicable. Do we have GST on petrol and diesel?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay.
So
No,
But
sir.
it is also okay. Why is it that we don't have GST applicable on goods and purchase and sales?
So because the rate of tax is more than 100% on
Okay,
petrol and
good.
diesel.
Because rate of taxes which are currently applicable on petrol and diesel and cooking oil, cooking gas, etc., is much more than the rate of GST, and the government will lose crores and billions of rupees. Is GST payable on the fees that you pay to the university? Yes or no? You paid fees. So it was inclusive of GST or without GST?
So without,
Without. Okay. Why is it without? Is it not? Is it not a service that you are availing? Like, for advertisement. Number one, you are not a registered GST dealer. Even if you are not, still you pay. If you go to supermarket, buy some groceries, only supermarket is registered for GST. You are not, but still you pay. So the question that somebody asked me, the percentage is equally divided between the center and state, and the amount is equally divided, and the percentage 9% or 10% or 20% or 30% is dependent on the goods and service. Usually the underlying principle is those goods and services which fall in luxury category, they attract higher taxes or highest taxes compared to those goods and services which fall in the necessity categories. For example, hospital services, life-saving drugs. On this, there should be lowest, or there is lowest GST compared to purchase of cars, purchase of expensive laptops, purchase of expensive cell phones. So these goods belong to, you all know, luxury category. What else should be considered as a luxury category on which maximum GST should be applicable? Other than what I have explained? Sorry?
Restaurant, sir.
Restaurant, okay. Or which restaurant? Okay, which restaurant? Not the one which are located on Chungi Dhaba, wherein you can feed yourself for 50 rupees. But the one like Lemon Tree, like Taj Mahal Hotel, like Ashoka Hotel, 5-star hotels. So any hotel which charges more than 1,000 for a day comes under the GST bracket. Less than that, no GST. There was a time, okay, the question I asked was, on which service should the GST be maximum? The restaurant is not maximum because there are two components. One is the food that you eat, second is the services that you enjoy.
Sir, on air conditioners.
No, air conditioners.
The 5-star hotels.
Okay. There was a time when the maximum rate applicable was on entertainment industry, film industry. If someone of you has recently gone and watched a movie in theater, and these days usually people are not going for COVID or for some, maybe you can have it subscribed in your own dish. But if somebody visits a theater, movie theater, the taxes used to be very high, very, very high. Can you imagine what could be the rate of tax in earlier days?
No, sir.
Unimaginable. It was as high as 95%. 95%. So taxes for the products which belong to necessity group will be lower, otherwise higher, and the division between center and the state usually 50-50, or if there are different this thing that I have no idea, one needs to study only, then I can comment on that. So transaction C. Now look at transaction D. Even if it is not said, suppose I do not talk about transaction 4 and assuming that only these three took place, still this 4 has to take place towards the end of quarter. It has to take place because whatever GST you have received, whatever you have paid, you have to account for this. You have to close this. How would you close? If you have received more than you have paid, you will deposit in the government, you will deposit in the bank. If you have paid more than what you have received, you will carry it forward to the next quarter and then next year, etc., etc. And at appropriate time, it will be adjusted. Now, what I have written, adjusted, GST received and paid and deposited, it should not be deposited excess amount in the bank. Now look at excess amount. This will apply only if you receive more than you have paid. So in the current transaction, I have explained what is the situation. Total CGST and GST, I'll avoid using both the terms just to save time, and total GST received was 14,400. This is in your transaction number B. You agreed with this one? Total paid was 9,720. How 9,720? 9,000 this company paid here, 720 this company paid here. Hence, 3 steps will be taken. CGST input tax credit will, it will be state-wise and center-wise. So CGST input tax credit will be this much. Where are we getting this amount from? This amount is the difference that we are getting. So it will be done like this. Just 1 second. Give me a minute. This will be just 1 second. One second. So difference we will take out, and after taking out the difference, half of it, assuming 50%, will be central G input tax credit offset. This will be offset. In this case, the entry would become output GST debit, output GST center and state debit to input GST to output, and the difference, whatever remains, it goes to the bank. See, excess that it has received will go to the bank. So this is how we will make this part. I'll explain to you more in details tomorrow. This one, 4th part, I'll take up a few more cases and we will explain to you in detail tomorrow. For the time being, you just concentrate on these 3 parts and ask some questions on these 3. This part I'll take up maybe somewhere later, maybe when I come some more details, I'll try to find out if any. Otherwise, we will stop here. We should be clear about the few terms, like what is input tax credit. We should be clear about why is it debited, why is it credited. Also about what are different forms, like this, like we discussed in the earlier this thing. What is input GST, what is output GST, and then how the process takes place, and then a bit of its historical this thing, like when was it, when this act came into being, and then what happens with the central government, what happens with the state government, and what is there in case of IGST. So these many parts I think should be enough for when it comes to GST, and more importantly, which head will be debited, which head will be credited, and then what happens once we are left with excess GST, or what happens once we have paid more than what we have received, who will compensate us, what will happen to us. So these were in brief some of the things. And before I close this part, 2 things I'll just announce for you. Number 1 was that the teaching material that you have downloaded, some of you, maybe 1 or 2 of you, have rightly pointed out some missing pages. I have checked that again, and what I found that only in 1 case a few paragraphs were there on the text page which was not photocopied. This I will upload, and it was page number 29. You can make a note, page number 29. After 27 we moved on to page number 30. So page 28 and 29 were missing. So page 28 I will upload in the site once again. In the rest of the cases, I have read them again. The missing pages were not there, but It was error in writing the page sequence numbers. For example, after 65, I should have written 67. 65, I should have written 66, but by mistake, 67 was written. This is just an example. There are many like this. So in each of those cases, I checked the preceding text and text on the next page, and I found that the text on both the pages are complete in all respect, at least complete the purpose for which those photocopies have been taken. So only one page will be uploaded. Second announcement or second this thing. Can you take out the schedule that was a teaching schedule and look at serial number 14? What does it say? Serial number day 14.
It's a case of Calcutta Motors.
Case of Calcutta Motors. Correct. Have you still gone through this case or not?
Yes, sir.
I mean, okay, I am just writing something in the chat box. Answer that immediately. See, I am writing, you will see it once I post it. I have written here, have you gone through the case of Calcutta Motors? Write yes or no. All right. Now one more sincere, request. You can consider it. When I ask you to write something, kindly confine yourself or make sure that you write only that much. For example, I asked you to write yes or no. Some of you have written, I will do it tomorrow. No, I'm sure you will do it tomorrow, but kindly write only whatever you are being asked to write, yes or no. I'll tell you the reason. Naturally, I'll analyze this data. If I analyze this data on these two fields, yes or no, and I find in some text something else, then that either will go out of it or will not allow me to proceed. So there is a reason for asking you to write something. Just concentrate and write only what you have been asked to write. Now I'll see, because in one command I can count how many no's and how many no and how many yes. But if somebody has written, I will do it tomorrow, then it is neither yes nor no. How will I be able to do it using a system? I mean, I do not wish to spend time in doing it something manually, which a system can do. Isn't it? So better to write only whatever you are asked to write. Okay. One second. Then when this is the case, I mean, any rough idea how many of you, I mean, you would have, the screen was visible to all of you? I mean, screen was, chat was visible to all of you or not? Am I not audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Visible, sir.
Sir, visible, sir. Visible.
Chat was visible. Chat was visible. In your opinion, just a rough guess, no were more or yes were more?
No is more.
Yes, more.
Then how do we discuss? See, you are all from English medium school. You also have, appeared in several entrance tests. You have fairly good IQ and you can speak well. So means all of you can participate in the discussion because you know how to speak. But the purpose is not to listen to your, capabilities of English. How well or how good or bad do you speak? That is not the purpose. The purpose is that you should discuss according to the content which are available in the case. So how do we go about doing so? How do we go about? And there is one more revealing figures here. Just 1 second. Hold on for a second. There were 83 of you when the class started. And when you have answered in yes or no, 38 have answered no, 35 have answered yes. So, therefore, there are only 73. Where have this 10 disappeared? Where have this 10 disappeared? Naturally, those who have disappeared, I mean, they cannot answer because they are not here. Now, suggest me what is to be done. I have got, I have got two options. One of the options is that I give you one more chance, you read it, decide a date, and on that date we will discuss. Alternatively, I can skip this exercise and leave it because it requires your participation. Now Yojit and Yasir, why is it that, are you present, Yojit?
Yes.
Yojit,
Sir, I don't
okay.
know why it is not sent.
I don't know why. Yes, Yojit, continue. Continue to remain here. Why did not you reply in time?
Sir, I sent message, but it was not sent.
No, say it a bit louder. I can't hear you. Yojit, I can't hear you. Say it louder.
Sir, I sent message, but it was not sent then.
Okay. How about you, Yasir? Yasir?
Sir, maybe because it's a network issue because I sent earlier.
Okay, you sent earlier, but it did not reach me. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So what is your opinion? I mean, we have two options. One of the options is that this text can be left like this only. We may not discuss. Another option could be that you may, take some time and we discuss it at another appointed time. What is your opinion? You want it to be discussed or do not want to be discussed?
Sir, want to be discussed.
If you want to discuss it, then what date will be? I mean, I cannot wait it infinitely. It was supposed to be discussed on day 14. Today is what? Which day? 20th or which day is it today?
21st.
21st.
21st day. Okay, 21st day because we took some extra classes. Today is 21st day. In fact, you have waited for 7 more days and still out of the entire class, it is say 50%. 50% are ready and 50% are not. We may have a third option also. And that third option, I will exercise not now, maybe later. But I am giving you, an advice or a warning or whatever you may consider it. That third advice is that we will start the meeting, you will join. Only those will be allowed to participate in the discussion who have actually gone through the case. And to others, I'll either deny the entry or I'll remove them from the class. Only those who have studied the case will be allowed to participate. Because the participation will be possible only or will be fruitful only if you have read the case, if you have at least tried to understand. I mean, I don't say that you have understood. I'm not saying, at least you have made all attempts to follow. And before starting the discussion, I'll ask some preliminary questions. Let me give you an example. Those of you who have rightly claimed that they have studied, the questions 1 or 2 question is only for them. Those of you who have actually studied. This case deals with in which industry?
So automobile.
Automobile, correct. Automobile industry. Automobile. Okay, very to automobile. Can you name the accountant?
Mr. Rajesh, I think.
No,
No,
I think
something Banerjee. Sir, something Banerjee.
Sir Sharma, I think.
Yeah,
Banerjee
sir,
was
Mr.
the owner
Sharma.
of the family.
Banerjee is audit.
Owner.
I mean, accountant or owner?
Sir, owner.
Owner.
Who is Sharma?
Sir,
Sir,
accountant.
accountant.
Who is Mehtab?
There was no Mehtab.
Yes, there are no Mehtab, correct? You are right, there is no Mehtab. Okay. The case belongs to 1984, 85, 86. Okay.
And
Sir,
then
None of
Sir,
these.
it belongs to 67, 68, 69, sir.
Correct.
Like for 3 years.
66.
Very true. The agreement that they have is with Asian Motors.
Asian
or
Motors.
Asian.
Asian Motors, sir.
Asian Motors. You are right. So like this, these questions, you need not, go through your textbook and answer. You can answer them without, because you have read it. You read this case twice, thrice, you will be in a position to come up with certain issues. So we'll decide a date. In the meantime, I'm giving you some time. Kindly read it once again, and then we will decide. So we will continue with what is there in the next in our next day, and you may think of a date. Maybe informally you discuss, or I can announce a date, and then we will discuss this case. Maybe I'll send you a few more cases, 1 or 2 more, and we will discuss those also. Now you can join another class. You may quit so that you join another class, and we'll see you on the next working day, perhaps tomorrow also, because there is holiday. So anyway, I'll check my schedule, I'll also check the university holidays calendar, and will announce if it is required. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.